Better late than never. Let's go ahead and talk about this Jaguars game against the Miami Dolphins. But first, look, guys, this video is brought to you by BetUS. And the Jaguars were 3.5 point underdogs against the Dolphins. So they covered that, but they will start the season 0-1. And by the way, guys, this Sunday, the Jaguars are 3-point favorites against the Cleveland Browns. So if you guys are interested in that, look, guys, BetUS now offers a 150% deposit bonus. Okay, if you go to betus.com and type in YouTube 150, if you put $100 down, $250 in your account. So shout out to BetUS. And with that said, let's talk about this just terrible game against the Miami Dolphins. And I'll be honest with you guys. Look, and first of all, I apologize for the very, very delayed video here. As a lot of you guys know, if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, I even put on a community post. I had to put my beloved dog down after 10 years of life, so that sucked. Did that yesterday, so just kind of took the day off, mental health day. But unfortunately, YouTube does not sleep, and so I'm back here now. And gosh, this game just honestly one of the worst games I've experienced as a Jaguars fan because as we all know, it all came down to, honestly, if you're to take a couple plays, Travis Etienne fumbles the ball into the end zone, turns what was supposed to be a 24-7 game into not that. And all of a sudden, the next play, Miami starts out with the ball at the 20 and scores an 80-yard touchdown. So boom, all of a sudden, instead of being 24-7, it was 17-14. And all of a sudden, it was like, you know what? You just felt like the Jaguars deflated. But it's like, you know what? We still got a fourth quarter. We were the better team all day. Let's go out here and win this thing. And, first of all, before we get into coaching, let's talk about, Christian Kirk was awful. He dropped two critical third down catches in a game that you only get so many possessions in these NFL games, right? And you drop two balls that are supposed to move the chains, and it gets your offense off the field, okay? We are not this high-powered offense yet where we can afford to just not be able to convert third downs, okay? So that was really bad. But then, overall, I thought coaching was just absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And I put so much blame on Doug Peterson. And I'm not a guy that is like, I have a lot of hope and faith in Doug Peterson. I really did. But this was one of the biggest red flags I've ever seen out of a Doug Peterson. And the reason I say that is because I remember in 2017 when the Jaguars had Doug Marrone. Doug Marrone had a 10-point lead against the Patriots and was just trying to run the game out and, just try to hold on to the lead. And the Patriots went and took it from us. Doug Peterson said, I will never let that happen to me. And Doug Peterson was always a guy that was still throwing when he had the lead and all this different stuff. And, he just didn't play scared. That Sunday, he played scared. That Sunday, Doug Peterson played like Blake Bortles was his quarterback. Okay, I don't know what the plan was when we go out there and just try to run the ball in the fourth quarter when our offensive line, we all know, is not good at that. Okay, why are we trying to just run the game out and not try anything good on offense? Why is Trevor Lawrence not throwing the ball at all in the fourth quarter? And I know there were a couple times where Trevor Lawrence was sacked, and yeah, he's got to probably move a different spot in the pocket, but also protection wasn't holding up very well. It was just, talk about just a terrible, terrible game, and I can't believe the Jaguars lost that one. We are not a good enough team just to give away these games. This is not the 2022 Jaguars where you're coming off of a 3-14 season and you're just trying to figure out how to win games. That was a terrible, terrible performance, and I can't believe we lost that one. I cannot believe the Jaguars came out and lost that one. And the Jaguars had that win. It would be so much different if the Jaguars were battling and it was back and forth and Miami had the ball last and won. The Jaguars were leading the whole entire game. The Dolphins only time they led was when 0 seconds were left in the game. Okay, the Jaguars controlled that game, and it's just talk about just a piss poor game. Just a piss poor game. And there's some good individual performances. Like, Brian Thomas Jr. looks like a beast. 2 touchdowns directly attributed to him. But they didn't throw at him at all in the second half. Didn't do that at all. I thought Trayvon Walker, 2 sacks. He had a good game. Had 1 sack that got them out of field goal territory. And it's just bad. It was just bad. And Look, I mean, when you look at the grand scheme of things, the Jaguars had a close game with a good playoff team. There's also 16 games left in the season, but last year the Jaguars missed the playoff by one game. You never know. It's September now, but you never know how this game will end up in January when we're trying to find a playoff spot and then we lose out by one game, and we look back and we're like, how the hell did we lose that Miami game? We were about to be up 24-7. You know, ridiculous stuff. But I don't know. We're gonna move on. We're gonna regroup, go to next week, and we'll be live on Club Jaguar tomorrow night. And with all that said, I hope you guys all stay right here with me. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Go Jags.